very rarely can get her at that pace.
Okay.
And if I do, it's for 2 steps, and then
Okay.
it's like, yeah. So that was great.
Yeah, so this is your walk, right? This is
Yeah.
you doing what you want to do, and she's along for the ride. Okay, so again, if you were running, it would just be that pace,
Yeah.
and she's got to stay with you there.
Got
You
it.
know, she can't think, because when you run, it's going to be more, oh boy, let's go,
Uh-huh.
activity. But I can still correct her and just say, no, you track with me.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is really, again, an exercise in leadership. Okay, this is your walk, 'cause this is Disneyland for dogs out there, right? Who knows what she's going to encounter?
Yeah.
Right? And so she's looking for things. Oh,
Uh-huh.
man, I wonder if the other dog's out. I wonder if my friend is out.
Yeah,
There's
uh-huh.
the skateboards, there's the bikes, there's all this stuff going on.
Uh-huh.
She's got to track with you.
Yeah.
Right? It's not
Makes
about
sense.
her exploring and doing what she wants. She's got to track with the leader, and that's you. Whoever's walking her is in charge. Okay, and again, 90% of that walk should be structured heel. 10% could be her sniffing, you know, taking care of business, interaction with other dogs, stuff like that, but always under control.
Okay. How do I differentiate from I want to sniff to use the restroom, or do I just
Well, if I mean,
designate
she's
a
probably gonna need to go, and
Yeah.
if you can tell, like she starts acting up,
Oh,
like
got it.
I gotta go,
Yeah.
let's go.
Okay.
Right. So sometimes that's why usually I'll give her a chance at the beginning,
Oh,
go
I
for a
see.
walk, and say I'm gonna go for a 30-minute walk. 15 minutes in, break. See if you need to go.
Oh,
Okay, back to work. Heel.
Heel. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
That way she's got that time to check things out, smell if she's got to go, because that walking usually loosens everything up where she'll probably have to go. Give her the opportunity, then she goes.
Okay, that makes sense.
That way she understands. Yeah, she's tracking really well. You want to give it a try?
Yeah, sure. You listen to me? Go. Go.
A little more slack.
I'm gonna go in the shade.
Yeah, oh, smart. I thought you were being a distraction.
Oh, they worked out.
Yeah, what a hot day today, too.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
feeling
it's like beating over there too.
How long have you been doing this?
This I've just been training with him a couple of times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just to get a feel for it.
Uh-huh.
But I mostly want to do service dogs
Oh,
or
nice.
something like that. Maybe get into search and rescue. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, that's
This is all new to me. It's something that I just decided to do, especially after my dog passed away from Roberto, that's the tiptoe. Yeah, don't give your dog Flamingo.
Okay, okay.
By the way. Oh,
Yeah.
and Advantage collars. I'll get your number and I send you something about it.
Sure,
You can
yeah.
search it with because she's a puppy. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is something too. If she is dragging behind, sit good. If she is dragging behind, right, where you're like this, and she's just like, no, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
A little tug forward and then loose. Tug and then loose. So instead of just keep pulling her, we're gonna lunge her, kind of unlock her brain so that she's like going. Because what'll happen is like, oh, I didn't like that, but then, oh, I like this, right? I like it when there's no pressure. I don't want her to get used to having to have pressure. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, come on,
Okay.
come on, kind of pull, loose. Same thing if I've got a dog that just won't come to me, right? If I'm calling her, hey, come here, I'll give her a little tug. Come on. Yes, and then loose.
Oh, I
right?
see.
So that she responds, and then it's like I just unhinge her brain,
Yeah.
and then everything's good.
Okay.
We friends, yes.
Yeah.
It's important though that she understands just that dynamic, because I want her to like it without, you know, the pressure, not expect that pressure. Another thing to keep in mind on the walk, especially how is she with other dogs when she sees other dogs?
She gets excited.
Real
Yeah.
excited?
Yeah.
Okay. So, timing is a big deal, right? If I'm walking and I see another dog, and I know once she sees that dog, she's going to get excited, I will watch her. Once I see her eyes go there, I'll immediately give her a correction and tell her leave it.
Oh,
It's
leave it. Okay.
easier to prevent her from getting locked in than it is to pull her down when she is locked in.
Okay.
Again, that's part of the predator mindset. It's meant to hold that attention, and it's all visual with dogs. They think about what they see. Okay, so if she's looking at that dog, immediately I want to get in her mind, hey, remember me.
Got it.
So I'll give that pop of the collar, tell her,
Yeah.
hey, leave it.
Uh-huh.
That compressed air worked really well too.
Yeah.
And I've got a shopping list where sometimes that'll work if you give a blast of air so that she knows that she can't do that.
Yeah.
I missed that part. How did she react to it?
She respected it.
Yeah.
It wasn't as much as the Doberman the other time.
Right.
I'm training this Mastiff, and he's like 100, I don't know how much pounds, 150 pounds, and he could care less about the prong collar,
Uh-huh.
but that compressed air, he thinks the sky's falling. He's just like, not the air, you know. It's just like it doesn't matter. But so those are all just tools.
Got it.
Okay. Keep in mind the leash, the collar, the air. Those are all tools we use to get rid of the problem. We don't focus on when do we get rid of the tools. We focus on when do we get rid of the problem. I'll keep the tools until I get rid of the problems. Okay? And that way you just don't think, well, you know, when do we get rid of the collar? Depends on her, depends on you. Some dogs never. Right? Some dogs always need it. I mean, some dogs I'll graduate from the prong to the e-collar. I love e-collars. They're just a great way of controlling your dog without needing a leash. It's like Bluetooth for dogs. It's an electronic collar.
Oh.
I don't call them shock collars because that's not how I use them.
Uh-huh.
I just use them to communicate like we are here.
Yeah.
Right now, the collar gives pressure, the leash gives direction. Okay? E-collars are not directional. So I can't tell a dog to lay down with just an e-collar.
Oh.
I need the leash to be able to give the direction. But then once the dog knows the direction, I can use the pressure, just like we do in phase 2. Okay, down, let them comply. I can use the e-collar and say down because they know what down is. And then when they go down, I let it go.
Yeah.
And so now I can communicate to my dog without the leash. That's just a great tool, but we have to start here.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
This is where we start. But again, visual, if I see the dog seeing lock in, leave it immediately. If she won't let go, she's just like, man, I gotta get hold of that dog, whatever reason, I'll remove her vision. I'll take about face and I'll just get her brain out of the game. Right? That's what the air is supposed to do, that's what the leash is supposed to do, but if neither one of those will do it, I need to do something to try and reset things. Otherwise she'll just stay locked in.
Got it.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions on the walk or any things that, like, if when she sees someone that she likes, like your friend who was there, what is her reaction usually?
Oh, just wanting to pull in that direction and wagging and everything, and everyone likes her, so they let her,
Yeah.
you know. And but they've been really good, you know. Sometimes they're like, oh, they tell her to sit, and after she jumps on them, she sits.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, with all the things we've gone over, what would you do now if someone came and she started to act that way? What would you do?
I would have her leave it, so I'd do a little tug, and then
Okay.
kind of hopefully have enough time to tell them, hey, I'm training her.
Okay.
Or,
So, and remember that leave it, that's great. Leave it is that correction, but then it's got to go loose.
yeah.
Okay, so pop, loose. Right? We got to give her brain time to react to what just happened. And if it stays constant pressure, she doesn't have to react. She'll just keep leaning into it. But if it's that pop, she'll be like, what was that? And then she's got to think, okay, I don't want that to happen again. Every time I do this, I get that. I better stop.
Oh,
Okay? So that's kind of what we want for her.
how does she socialize with other dogs? Because I know how she socializes with Millie, but then there's other like smaller dogs here. Like, what is?
So what I want for dogs is kind of like what we would do with people. When you meet someone for the first time, you don't go up and just jump all over them, hug them, and embrace them, right? Because then they'll call the cops, right? And so what we do is meet at a distance, smell, no contact. A lot of times what I did with my daughter's dog and with Millie is we were out front and then we just walk and follow, walk and follow, kind of about face, where they don't need to get their nose right in the middle of everything. It's like you can smell from a few inches away or a foot away, right? And walking with them and interacting, but having control.
Okay.
If she starts to go over and paw at them, it's like that's not how you behave with someone you meet.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I want a dog to be able to have that kind of playtime, but it's after there's been an introduction, after we find out if the other dog wants that or not.
Yeah.
'Cause some dogs, what if you got a 10-year-old dog and it's like, I don't want to play with you, young whippersnapper, get off
Yeah.
the grass kind of attitude.
Uh-huh.
I don't want her to interact with that dog in a way that's not respectful.
Mhm.
And so that's what.
What if there's another dog and that person doesn't train their dog? And that
Yeah.
dog
Well, then you
has-
got to inject into that person and say, hey, excuse me,
Yeah.
I don't allow this interaction with my dog.
Yeah.
People are the biggest problems.
Yeah.
It's like having to deal with the people. But yeah, if their dog, excuse me, your dog's being too pushy. I don't like dog parks.
Mhm.
You have no control over the circumstance, and most people don't know how to deal with their dogs.
Yeah.
Even with Millie,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of funny because my daughter's dog's Penny.
Oh.
I was watching a bull terrier, and my daughter's dog Penny was just bullying that dog, which is, I thought it would be the other way, but she was just bullying the dog. And so I had to correct her because she
Yeah.
kept trying to mount the dog,
Oh.
and that's a sign of dominance, and it's like, no, you can't do that.
Mhm.
Right? But then we had my Penny with Millie, and Millie was mounting Penny.
Uh-huh.
Right? So I had to correct Millie. It's like, no, you can't do that. That's
Yeah.
not the way you interact.
Yeah.
And so we had to start correcting them in
Okay.
that behavior.
Uh-huh.
When you go to a dog park, there's no leash. There's no one even watching their dogs most of the time. And I'll see a dog mounting a dog, and I say, there's a fight can start.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
they don't understand what's going on. That dog's trying to dominate. This dog doesn't want to be dominated.
Uh-huh.
And they think, oh, they're just dogs. It's like, no. It's like
Yeah.
telling your kid, go play with whoever.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I know they, got a switchblade and they're smoking crack, but they seem like a nice kid.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, you have to have some kind of control.
Okay.
And so having a leash on is definitely what I recommend.
Mhm.
Not allowing interaction to be too much where you can pull them away. It's like you can sniff, you can say hello. And even like with Millie and my daughter's dog, I just had them laying down.
Mhm.
They were both on cots and they were just laying down, chilling out.
Mhm.
Sent it to Brian and said, well, I
Yeah.
got to keep that for
Uh-huh.
reference sake because
Uh-huh.
here's the Millie and there's Penny, and they're just chilling out together, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember how I talked about 50-50 with affection and structure? I want the same, maybe even more, with the dog's interaction with each other. I want it to be more relaxed so that their state of mind when
They're
they see
never
each
like
other
that
is
when
in
Stella's
full
really up together.
Okay.
So,
And that's the thing, we don't know, like, when to pull them apart.
Well, you make the rules.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
You make the rules. You
Makes
decide
sense.
now. She wasn't on a down, so I'm not going to correct her. I almost
Uh-huh.
like, no, but I didn't ask her to lay down. So
Uh-huh.
you make the rules, right? And so I would say when you first get together with them,
Yeah.
no wild house, crazy stuff. Like, nope. I'm going to force you guys to just chill out. Maybe do a
Uh-huh.
little down before they get to interact. And then
Okay.
when they start interacting, just doing it calm. And then eventually when you feel, okay, you guys can have a little playtime, then they go at it. I would leave a leash on them at that time so I can always pick it up and break it up if I need to, right? If I see one of them being too dominant or too pushy, too rough, I can step in and say, hey, knock it off, that's too. Now, dogs play rougher than we would think,
Yeah, they
right?
do, yeah.
But there's certain behaviors that I see are a little too much.
Mhm.
Again, mounting is one of them. When a dog mounts the other dog, that's like, I own you,
Mm,
okay? And so
okay.
we don't want to have that attitude
Uh-huh.
because that's going to instigate some problems. Like, not me, and you're going to have a fight on your hands if it keeps going. Now, they'll probably reason it out at that time, but it will escalate if we don't stop it.
Mhm.
And so, again, it's just like teaching our kids, you don't play that way. Okay? That's not